Hello everyone, I'm Vadim, a founder and CEO of PPC JumpStart. We are a small PPC agency that helps small stores, bigger stores make more sales on Amazon, make more profit. And in general, we can help you prepare your big business for a bigger exit if you ever wish to sell it. This specific video, I want to talk about placements, not commonly discussed topic. Typically, people talk about bid management, budgets, placements, extremely important. In this video, I'll share with you the presentation, the ways we optimize placements in our agency, our thinking and strategy, and how you should approach it so you get the highest conversion and highest profit as possible. So let's get right into my presentation. So here you go, guys. My presentation, a full guide and strategy to optimizing placements in Amazon PPC. So what are we gonna discuss today? 4 topics: water placements in Amazon, optimizing PPC, old versus new way of thinking, why are placements so important, and how you can analyze your campaigns right now so you can optimize your campaigns for the best possible placement. So top of search, everyone is familiar with top of search, very good placement. 60-70% of the time I want to have the campaign set up to target top of search only. So why do we do that? Well, because it's a very high converting placement. And why is it a high converting placement? Well, typically on Amazon, when someone is searching anything in the search bar, the purchase intent is extremely high. And most of the time people don't want to scroll through series of products. They see first 4 results, they open the listing, they buy. So high conversion rate. Especially if it's an impulse product, maybe not so much with a soap, because people may want to consider scents, colors, shapes. I'm not a soap expert, but yeah. So high conversion, high ranking potential. Why? Because of conversion, because we send positive signals to Amazon. If we indicate to Amazon we are converting high, they're gonna test us at a search bar at a higher spot. They're gonna put us at spot 5, spot 2. Like what this product is all about. If it's converting high from ads, let's put it higher organically. So that's the logic behind the high ranking potential. Cons, so kind of like why we don't want to use this placement sometimes is because it's very expensive and competitive. Especially for, again, the bar soap example. So this is I don't know exactly search volume for this keyword, but probably very high. So it's funny how I put this slide here, but probably for a new product you wouldn't want to be on this placement because it's probably might be very expensive. But there are exceptions, we will talk about them. Typical use cases, like I explained, ranking campaigns, dominating market share, and again, the second example, if you have the budget, go ahead, like these guys are doing here. Dove, so I can tell you that there is a high chance that they're probably not very profitable from running this campaign, but it's just a good brand awareness play, market share. So Dove is always on people's minds. So that's why they want to show up first. Again, very broad search term, so this is kind of their strategy here. Brand awareness, show up as often as they can on Amazon, and it's a huge company. Use case, branded keywords. So if you have if this was a brand PPC JumpStart, I would be bidding top of search on any keyword that has on any search term that has a PPC JumpStart when people search for it. Second placement, product pages. So you would probably use this placement 10 to 20% of the time. This is not a very good placement in my opinion. Why is it not a good placement? Low conversion rate. So you tend to have a lot of impressions on this placement, very low click-through rate. People are just browsing. You show up on other competitors' pages, and it's just kind of like when you bid on, when we are dealing with product pages, it's not it's not a good placement in the sense like that you use it for ranking. It's just It's just to be there, to show up in the auction sometimes, to get cheaper sales. But it doesn't have any other purpose than making sales. Like top of search, it can rank you. This placement is just, just to make sales at the end of the day and make profitable sales. So pros, cheaper accessible traffic. So yes, it's very cheap, but it's also it has very low conversion rate. So you need to pay attention, because if you target keywords and it keeps showing up on product pages, that's gonna destroy your ranking, I guarantee you. And if you keep making sales from it, it's gonna make your organic ranking worse. But there are exceptions, like I said. Typical use cases, market share. Yes, you can focus on product pages if you wanna get market share, if you wanna show up on other competitors' pages. Brand awareness, this tends to get a lot of impressions, so if you just kind of want to be in customer's mind, so this is a good placement. But like I said, most of the time I try to avoid this placement for a reason that it has a low conversion. And I'll quickly explain why conversion is so important. Next placement doesn't want to show up. Okay, here we go. Rest of search, pros, conversion sometimes as high as top of search, if not more. Medium ranking potential, why? Because of its good conversion rate. Because we send good converting clicks to Amazon, good converting traffic. So Amazon rewards us by giving us higher organic placement. What's another advantage? Cheaper accessible traffic. Yes, clicks are cheap and it's not competitive. So disadvantage, sometimes it has a low click-through rate because it shows up for customers that are I would say that they're not as ready to buy, that they don't have as much intent to purchase the products. They want to consider different products. They're in a discovery mode. That's why they're browsing. They keep seeing your ads, but sometimes they buy, and the conversion rate sometimes is higher than top of search. Typical use case is high volume, high competitive keywords. So what we do is we set up campaigns to target rest of search specifically, because top of search is so competitive. I'm gonna set up my campaign to target only rest of search, so that will help you get cheaper clicks and possibly a good conversion rate. Next, optimizing PPC, old versus new way of thinking. So typically, the common thinking in this industry, I don't want to put everyone in the old way, but a lot of people think cheapest traffic, cheapest PPC, don't worry about conversion, get lowest ACOS, that's it. New way of thinking. I want the highest converting traffic possible at any cost per click, within budget, and at any ACOS, within reason. So the keyword I want you to pay attention here, highest converting traffic. So why? Why do you want high conversion in PPC? If you guys didn't hear that I mentioned earlier, this is the slide that helps you understand. Low converting PPC traffic, your organic rate, your organic rank, it's not gonna be high. High converting PPC traffic, better organic position. So what happens when you run PPC and let's say you don't worry so much about the placements? You kind of you have full automation software adjusting bids for you. You don't look at your campaigns weekly by weekly. Sometimes you need to look at certain campaigns daily. So what happens if you don't pay attention? Low converting sales. So I should have said PPC. Low converting sales from Amazon ads. So what does it lead to? Lower organic position. So why is it bad? Less organic sales. Or isn't the whole point is to generate as many sales without PPC? So why don't we target highest converting traffic? So high converting sales from Amazon, higher organic rank. Again, like I explained, high conversion, Amazon is going to reward you with a higher organic placement. So what happens as a result? More organic sales. So I hope that helps you to explain the importance of targeting highest high conversion placements. Excuse me. Next slide. How you can analyze your campaigns now. So this is a SOP you can follow, and for this approach I'm gonna quickly jump out of this presentation. So what you want to do is you want to go to placements. You're gonna download placement report. Last 30 days data is good. You get that report. So this is how it looks like. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna try and find campaigns that you need to optimize for top of search, campaigns that you need to optimize for product pages, and campaigns that would benefit from showing up on rest of search only. So I will show you how to do that. So the simple approach. So let's follow top of search. So if we go to this spreadsheet, filter by top of search placement, we are gonna filter by orders. So we want at least 2 orders or more, and then we want to filter by ACOS. So the reason we don't filter by conversion rate is, like, I know I explained earlier that conversion is more important than ACOS, but it still should be within reason. So we're going to copy campaigns, like, let's say up to 30% ACOS. So these campaigns, they work well on top of search, and there is a room. So if you look at ACOS, to increase that traffic that's going to top of search. So copy these campaigns. You can have like different spreadsheets. So I like to use this website compared to lists. You're gonna have list A. So here, campaigns that work well on top of search. Second list B. First of all, you're gonna remove these filters. Remove the ACOS. Remove the order filter. Next, you're going to want to select 2 other placements: product, rest of search. Clicks, let's say at least 15 clicks. So at least 15 clicks. So you get a series of campaigns. So this is something you would add when you download the spreadsheet: conversion rate, orders divided by clicks. So start with 0% conversion, add a filter. So what you would want to do is you would want to copy any campaigns with low conversion. So let's assume we are only looking at one product. So this is going to be this series of campaigns, low conversion. So you're going to copy that here, list B, compare lists. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a list of campaigns that work really well on top of search, but they're performing poorly on product pages and rest of search. So you will repeat the exact same process for product pages, except you will change it to product pages in the first filter, rest of search, same thing. So then we have this list of campaigns: top of search, product pages, rest of search. So now I'm going to show you what we do to target a campaign at specific placement. So let's move on to my presentation again. Next slide. So what do you typically need to do to optimize for top of search, right? So let's jump back to my other screen. So like I said, we identified top of search campaigns: auto campaign, exact campaign, and then this broad campaign. So what you would want to do is you would want to open each campaign So I have them, all of them opened here. So let's look. According to our research, this campaign would benefit from top of search traffic only. So by looking at this, yes. So this is questionable, like whether we want to target top of search or product pages. We look at the bigger time frame. Can we get any hints? So both are working well, but you look at rest of search, not so good, right? It's not converting on rest of search. So that's auto campaign. So what you would want to do is you would want to switch this bidding to fixed bidding. So anytime you want to focus on top of search or product pages, you want to do fixed bidding. So that helps Amazon focus on these placements better. So you would want to go to this targeting group. So then we should ask ourselves the questions. What is our bid first of all, and what is the CPC we get on rest of search? So 63 cents. So what we want to do is we want to change our bid to a lower CPC, to a number that's lower than the CPC you get on rest of search. So 63 cents on rest of search. So that means I'm going to put this to, like, say 5 cents less, or let's put 4 cents less, 59 cents. And I'm going to use my calculator right here to calculate what placement adjustment do we need to add to top of search and product pages so we still show up. So let's see. So what was our bid? 59 cents. Gonna put 59 cents here. So it looks like we need to bid about 50. We need to have about 54 cents bid. So let's go a little bit higher. I always advise you to go a little bit higher to make sure you're still showing up for these placements. So let's say product pages 15, 10. Let's look at 5. So 5 is good. You add 5% to each placement. Actually, I would add 10% because the ACOS is so low. 10% placements, and then in terms of your campaign, how you can keep track of things, you go here, top of search, PP, product pages, and then you put a date, October 31. So in a couple of days you check and you make sure that the clicks you're getting, they're coming from just these two placements, because we've determined they work best for this campaign. So you follow exact same approach for our second campaign right here. Chisel set, exact match campaign. So what's happening last 30 days? Product pages really bad. Rest of search is working well, but we can see the conversion is so much higher on top of search. So I want to stay on top of search only. And you can see this campaign was already optimized, so I already put 100% top of search, and we can see last 7 days. So it looks like it is not getting enough traffic on top of search, but it's still showing up on product pages. So what I want to do, so follow exact same thinking. Go look at your bid, 77 cents. So the campaign looks like the bid could be too low. So what you would want to do, so 61 cents right here, right? And we've seen it was a really bad placement. So let's put this a little lower. So 136. What was our bid? 0.6 cents. 100%. So that gets you, like, I'm assuming 150. Let's put 150 just to ensure we still show up on top of search. And just a small caveat here, sometimes what happens, especially when you want to target top of search, is when you put your bid too low, Amazon won't show you on top of search, because the first thing they consider when in the auction is your bid first of all, and then placement multiplier. So what we would want to do is I reduce the bid, I increase the placement, and I would want to check these campaigns in a couple of days to see that we get clicks on top of search, and if not, I would have to increase the bid slightly. So again, campaign name, top of search, our dates that we optimized placements, so that helps you keep record of things to know when you've looked at it last time. So fixed bid, that's good. Last campaign for top of search, broad campaign. So this is a clear winner that top of search is working extremely well, right? Like you guys can see, like even though it's a broad match type, like the focus on conversion is kind of futile because you generate so many search terms, but still, you look at last 7 days, there you go, 2% ACOS, 82 clicks, 29 clicks, so performing pretty bad, right? Like really bad. So again, same approach. So this campaign, multi-keyword campaign, so we kind of have to be more diligent about optimizing these campaigns. So when you say campaign like this, you would look at bigger time frame. So you kind of start saying like what's not generating clicks. You can safely remove that. So this is a process of restructuring, which I'll make a separate video about. You can remove these two keywords. So looks like they're around the same bid. Like this is kind of far away, only one order. I would want to remove that, but I will target it in a separate campaign. So let's look at last 30 days. Okay. So again, CPC 88, 94. So we want to be lower than 88, and at the same time, if keeping that in mind, we want to have a new bid combined with adjustment that gives us, that results in a CPC higher than this. I mean, not CPC, but a bid. So let's see. So what I would do is we can safely lower it to about, so you see here 64 cents, right? So let's make this 6 right here, and let's reduce this to about, let's say 66, just so they're around the same range, so it's easier to optimize these placements. So then we take the average of this campaign. So what is producing more orders? So this one. So 60 cents at 4 orders, 66 cents at 12 orders. So the weighted average of, like, the average bid is, let's say 65 cents, right? So 65 cents. Placement, top of search, 25% placement, 81. So 81 cent CPC, it gets us a really good conversion rate. So let's go 40. So that's 10 cents more. Let's go 45. 45 cents, top of search focused campaign, and I'm going to note it down here. Top of search, October 31. So that campaign is optimized for top of search. So I'm going to skip the process for optimizing product pages because it's exactly the same idea. Let me open that slide for you. So you change the bid to CPC of top of search or rest of search, whichever is lower, and then you add the adjustment multiplier for your product pages, so that your final bid, it becomes higher than the CPC you get on product pages. Bidding strategy fixed, and then you observe it over the next few days. But what I want to pay specific attention now is that what do you need to do to optimize for rest of search. So as you guys know, Amazon, like, I'm not sure when you're gonna watch this video, but today is October 31. I have access to optimize rest of search placement on some accounts, and half of them I don't. So we kind of have to follow different way to optimize for rest of search placement, which I'm going to share with you right now. Let's open our rest of search campaign, carving gauge phrase. So this is a campaign. So I'm gonna look at placements. Considering last 30 days, we would want to go at, we would want to target this campaign at rest of search only for now, just to see, because it seems like it's working well. Look at the bigger time frame. Look at the bigger time frame. So first of all, high conversion rate, yes. Low ACOS, good. So why don't we test this campaign at rest of search for next 7 days and see if we can get better results, because again, the conversion rate is very promising. So what you would want to do is you would want to, let me share with this, it would be easier to explain with a slide. So we do it with the help of up and down bidding strategy on Amazon. So I'll explain how it works. Up and down bidding, right here, this guy right here, we will raise your bids by a maximum of 100% only for top of search, and up to 50% for product pages and rest of search, when your ad may be more likely to convert to a sale. So let me show that to you. I know Amazon is not mentioning that, but they will raise your bid for top of search up to 100% and for rest of search up to 50%. So with that in mind, we want to set up our bid in such a way that that new combination results in a bid that's equals to rest of search or higher, but it's lower than, I'm sorry, I meant cost per click on rest of search. But it's lower than cost per click that you generate through top of search. So let's see if we can do it with this campaign. With some campaigns it's easier, where the difference between top of search CPC and rest of search cost per click is bigger. But in this case it might be a little difficult. So first of all, I'm gonna remove that. 0. So let's just play around with this, right? So I'm gonna write it down here, 168, 137, 127. So let's go and see what bit we should change it to, so that this becomes, so this is a little lower and this is higher than this. And again, I'm showing here the CPC that you get. CPC on top of search and CPC on rest of search. So let's go 8, 81, 83. So I think right here would be a pretty good spot. 84 cents. This is our new bid. Change that to, 84 cents, right? Yes, 84 cents. So what's going to happen is that Amazon will increase your placement percentage. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say placement percentage, but I meant a percentage towards your bid. And they will do it by up to 100% for top of search. So this could be our new bid. So right here. And up to 50% for rest of search. So right here. And since in this campaign, like this is a higher conversion rate, there is a good chance that Amazon will direct all the clicks and traffic to rest of search because it's higher conversion. But just to be sure, let's make this much lower so that we are way below top of search. That's kind of a good practice to do it. And what we would do in our agency is we would keep checking these campaigns to make sure it's producing traffic only on rest of search. I mean, not only, but like say last 7 days, we see if we are able to generate traffic on rest of search. In that case, we will keep it going. But if not, we may have to compromise and do rest of top of search only. So again, naming convection, rest of search, 31. So let's look at, so there is a few more campaigns to look at, placements, wood carving kit. So this campaign right here, broad match type. So the good thing about this campaign is that our bid is so low. Yeah, it's like our bid is so low that we don't get any top of search traffic, and I mean I'm pretty happy with with rest of search. We could have tested top of search. Let's look at the bigger data frame. So I kind of know beforehand that top of search is probably going to be expensive because we don't show up, either because it's too competitive or Amazon doesn't consider us relevant. Good ACOS on rest of search. I mean, what you could do is you could test it for top of search following our other approach I shared with you earlier. You add placement modifier, but since this is a broad target, like I don't worry so much about top of search. However, rest of search placement, we could test that. But actually, you can't do much about this campaign, because if you change it to up and down bidding, the difference between product pages and rest of search, like to Amazon, is not so much, so they will keep showing you up for both placements. Like if this was 20 orders out of 30, then I would safely change it to up and down bidding. I would put a very low bid. So in that case, Amazon would know what placement to target because they see rest of search is working so well. So in fact, in this case, we can test rest of search placement. Like another good indicator to know whether top of search would work is that rest of search is working well, because the placements they show up in the search term. They show up in the how do I say it, in the click search results, not on product pages, so that's how you know. So let's give it a generous bid, 35% fixed bidding, and then we will check it in a couple of days to see whether top of search works best for this campaign. Top of search, October 31. There you go. We'll give it a lower budget because I'm not really sure if it's gonna work well. Lower budget. Next campaign. So this is the last campaign I'm gonna look at for rest of search following this spreadsheet that we made. So this should be pretty easy. Let's study a bigger time frame. So higher conversion rate, yes. Good ACOS, better ACOS, yes. So let's set this up for rest of search only. Rest of search, October 31, up and down bidding, targeting. So our bid, so we want to be around 60 cents, right? Let's go back to our calculator. 4 So you can see that results in a lower bid than current CPC, so this is good. So this will prevent us showing up as much on top of search. Product pages, I don't think Amazon will consider showing us on product pages because up and down bidding, and if you do it this way, Amazon will only show you on the highest converting placement in this place. In this campaign, it's the rest of search. So 40 cents is good bid. So put this at 40 cents. Placement up and down. Remove all of these guys. And then we're gonna check this campaign in a couple of days to see if you only get traffic from rest of search placement. So I hope that explained things, kind of all over the place a little bit, but I hope it's clear. I will share this calculator in the description or comments for this video. Just to recap, placement crucial, extremely important. Always focus on highest converting placement, so that helps you rank better organically. So 1, 2, 3. Point 3, use placement calculator to determine best placement and how to get there, either with fixed bidding strategy or up and down bidding. Point number 4, check weekly to ensure campaigns are performing at their best placements. So I hope you guys found this presentation extremely valuable. And in conclusion, placements often overlooked at. Whether you're working with a PPC agency or a freelancer or a full automation software, I really encourage you guys to do it the old-fashioned way, at least for placements. Go to your campaign manager, study placement reports, figure out what campaigns converts best at what placement, and set up the campaign to target that specific placement following our approach. And if you follow our SOPs within 7 to 10 days, I guarantee that you will see good results. So if you found this video valuable, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever gets this video seen more. We can do an audit for your business. I can show you how we can grow your account by 30% next month without increasing ad spend, which is our unique offer. So go to our website, ppcjumpstart.com. Read the testimonials, leave a forum telling me about your business, and I will personally reach out to you the next day and we can hop on the call. So see you guys soon.